likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org.
You're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yo, what's up? Happy New Year, outsiders. 7 o'clock, 2019 on a Monday, yo. You already know what it is. Just a Bit Outside Radio Show. I am your host, Kescia. And to my right is my man, Mark Foster. What's up, yo?
Happy New Year.
Right. It's been a while, man. We've been out of the studio for a little while now.
Get refreshed? Several times.
How was your New Year's Eve?
It was quiet. Just me and the boy chilling. You know, I'm not a big going out on New Year's guy just because there's too many idiots out there. Yeah. And I think the Inner Harbor like really exemplified that this year. Baltimore, what are you doing?
Man, it'd be crazy out here in these streets. Real crazy. I pretty much did the same. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm getting old or something because I used to go out like all the time, you know? But this New Year's Eve I stayed in and I found myself watching, who is that? Chrissy Teigen and Carson Daly. I think that's what it was. Yeah, Chrissy Teigen and Carson Daly. Yeah, Diana Ross on there and Jennifer Lopez, man, that was pretty decent. Sweet. That was pretty decent. You know, Diana Ross is the boss. You can't go wrong with her. Nope. And J-Lo is just as fine as she ever want to be, so she can pretty much do whatever she wants, and it was a hit for me. There you go. You know, yeah. So you know, stayed in, watched a little TV. I don't even think I drank. Did I drink something? Did I smoke something? I don't even know. It was chill though. It was real chill. You know, 2019, new season, new year. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a big year for us. We're always doing new things, trying to make the show improve and level up, as Sierra would say. This past weekend was pretty crazy. Lot going on this weekend. We had some football. You know, it was a wild card weekend.
Several games.
Yeah. The Golden Globes. They went down last night. Yeah. And a whole lot of R. Kelly.
One thing I did not do this weekend was watch Surviving R. Kelly. Did you watch?
I'm so ashamed. Yes, I did.
I know Jimmy watched because he was all over Facebook.
Yeah, okay. Shout out to Jimmy, my brother, and what do we call him? Special guest host from time to time. He was going the F off like every day, every night, all day long, you know. And I think it's like a 5 or 6 part series or something like that.
5 episodes, I think.
Yeah, that they did on Lifetime, and I have to admit, I knew nothing about this thing prior to it coming out. You know,
the stuff from the 90s.
Well, yeah. No, I didn't know anything about the actual series.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was all news to me, and it was just like one day, I don't know, what was it, either Thursday or Friday? I woke up and my timeline was just flooded with people going off about R. Kelly, people bickering, people just, I mean, and it was crazy. And then I think it was what, Friday, I took a Uber to work, and they were talking about it on the radio, and that dang radio just got me sucked in, and I was like, okay, damn it, I'm gonna have to watch this to see what it's all about. And I watched the first 4 parts of it, and it was everything that I was expecting, plus a little bit more, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, I really did. I honestly did not want to watch that because I don't even like want to, you know, watch people recant those type of stories.
Yeah.
But I would say the psychological aspect behind R. Kelly is quite interesting, to say the very least.
Yeah. Like, I mean, obviously, like everyone listens to his music still. But maybe not now.
Right.
Like Ticketmaster, boom, they cut him off, I heard.
Really?
But yeah.
I think I heard like a couple of stations said that they would no longer play his shit.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Like he seemed to bounce back from the stuff from the 90s, but like ever since then, I still haven't gotten into him. And you know, if you just listen to the lyrics of Bump and Grind, like you're having 14-year-olds piss on you. Like, you know, just you can't like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not laughing to make light of the situation. I just think that just the whole thing was just crazy. It was just crazy, and like you said, I think everybody, that's kind of a bit of like the shock factor.
Yeah.
Because now you're like analyzing and scrutinizing lyrics, when songs came out. Now we have a timeline of this crazy man and all of these terrible things that's going on, and you know, it's just really crazy, man. You know what I mean? And just you had like, he was like, God, if he wasn't a Gemini, because he had like, you know what I mean? Like, he would be a total like Gemini, because he had like these 2 totally different like sides, you know? Like, you had this person that created great music, like I Believe I Can Fly, and what was that other one that everybody liked? Step in the Name of Love, when they were stepping, you know? But then you know, the other side is just, I can't even repeat the craziness of it. And you know, that's what I really found like so interesting. They had a lot of like journalists and analysts that would break down like the music and like the psyche behind it, which I found very interesting. Very interesting.
One thing, like, I mean, like, again, and I haven't even watched it, but like I know all about it from everything that's going on Facebook. One of the most interesting things for me was it just kind of exemplifies like how people that were abused when they were kids go on to become abusers if they don't get the proper treatment, because it came out that he was molested as a child.
Right.
So if anyone's in that situation, obviously try to get the best mental professional help you can.
Right. Right. And I gotta shout out or give props to victims that actually, you know, chose to speak up about their experiences and you know, basically recant a terrible, you know, part of their lives. And you know, a lot of them are still recovering from. I mean, it takes a lot of balls to do that.
Yeah.
You know, so outside of what everybody else thinks about why they did it or, you know, whatever, regardless, you know, you got to tip your hat to those people and to those women and give them, you know, their due respect.
I don't know if you've heard of the charity RAINN, RAINN, Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network. Okay. Like they have hotlines and everything. They said like during the viewings of it, like their hotlines saw like 36% increase over the week before. Really? And actually, like funny thing, like the wrestler Mick Foley, Mankind, all that. He's been a huge advocate and doing things for RAINN for like 10 years or so now. Proceeds of some of his book sales have gone to them. He's done charity fundraisers and all that. He's a huge advocate for them. Tori Amos, the singer, she is part of their group too. She might be on their board. I don't know. Really? Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, that's an immediate positive, you know, result coming from airing that show. But I don't know if you're an R. Kelly fan or an R. Kelly hater, check it out, because either way, it's very interesting. I found it very, very fascinating.
Yeah.
All right, so let's switch to something else.
Sports.
Why the fuck did I start off with that? I don't know.
Well, it's topical.
Right, it is. But,
I do believe Monty's going to be doing a show all about it
really?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be exposed to be ripping all through that thing. I mean, one other thing I kind of wanted to talk about really quickly too is the government shutdown. Man, I gotta just tell everybody that. What is this, furlough or some shit?
Yeah.
Anybody that's under that, keep your head up, man, and hang in there, man. I got a couple of friends who are not working at all, and I'm not getting paid, and I just cannot imagine how that would feel for me right now if I was a part of that.
Well, there's the people that aren't working or furloughed, and then there's the people that are working but just won't get paid until this thing's over.
Man, Lord, come get me, because I would just be fired.
And the great big Cheeto said he's ready to go months or years.
Yeah, I think that's all big talk though. We'll see.
Oh yeah, they did finally say. I just saw actually, I think as we were coming up, that they will be paying income tax returns.
Oh, I'm about to say, I know one thing. They better get that shit together, because
they got it together.
They don't want complete anarchy out here. Peter, you do not mess around with people's returns. You do not. I mean, you mess around with people's money by messing with their wages. But that's the. You got to do that. You got to do that.
Oh yeah. Man. They had furloughed park rangers.
God.
So national parks were going without rangers there.
Yeah. Oh, it's a free fall out that mug.
Well, yeah, people were actually
feeding the bears.
There's been a couple of deaths inside national parks because the rangers weren't there to be don't do that. So they put park rangers back to work. I mean, I guess they're not going to get paid, but at least they're there.
Are you serious?
I read that.
A couple of deaths?
Yeah.
Damn. I think did I see something about garbage accumulating all over the place in a couple of places too, man?
Oh, garbage, the porta potties, everything.
Yeah. So this is just not your regular desk workers that we talking about too, man. I mean, that's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Craziness.
All government.
Yeah, so hopefully that thing will be, hopefully they'll work that shit out and get everybody back to work, man, because, everything is driven by spending. And if people ain't making no money, people ain't spending. So, get that shit together, y'all. And like I said, them workers that's furloughed and not getting paid and getting your money right now, hold your head, hang in there. On a brighter note, like I said, we had the Golden Globes this weekend, which was hosted by the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Andy what?
Samberg.
And Sandra Oh, who I happen to really like, as an actress, man, and she's kind of come a long way, and I believe she won a Golden Globe last night and was the first Asian to win a Golden Globe, or something to that effect. She made some type of history. She's in this new show called Killing Eve. And she's this detective, and I guess Eve must be the one that's walking around killing everybody, but it's just this murder mystery type of deal, man, and it looks fascinating.
What channel?
It looks intense. Oh man, I don't know, outsiders, if any of y'all watch Killing Eve or know what channel that comes on, let us know, man.
So I think I did see commercials for it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple commercials for it. It looked really intense, and so shout out to her. There was a couple of big hitters last night. What was this? The one movie with Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali.
Green Room. Green Book. Green something.
Green Book. Yes. Green Book. Yeah, and two more actors that I like. I mean, of course, we all love Mahershala Ali. He's just fantastic.
God, yeah.
So versatile and just so cool, and has such a lovely voice. I love his little voice. And how can you not love Viggo Mortensen?
Yeah. Where's he been for a while?
Right, but I mean, he's just go to the race.
1 minute.
All right, and another Spider-Man, Best Motion Picture Animated, the Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one, and of course the Bohemian Rhapsody film won Best Picture of the Year, which was a bit controversial because one, some people said that they weren't deserving of, and then two, either the director or the producer, I forget the guy's name, but he's kind of like under scrutiny for sexual harassment. So, I forget the guy's name, but a lot of people were saying the Golden Globes had this was kind of like had this overtone of Me Too and Time's Up, but how do you give Best Picture to a motherfucker that's out here sexually harassing women? Which was kind of like, oh no, hypocritical.
Yeah.
We going to commercial?
Yep.
Cool. Hey, we're going to commercial. When we come back, we're going to talk football. I promise y'all. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
So we were talking about critical thinking. So we definitely believe that critical thinking is one of the first things we need to start implementing, not just simply being told things. Or how about this? We tend to listen to people who get assigned certain positions.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when they have certain positions, we tend to think that it's truth attached to that because of their position, right?
Right.
Is that always the case, though?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's probably one of the biggest reasons we should be doing some critical thinking.
Yes, I agree. I definitely.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org.
Radio show.
A public service announcement.
But I meant to say slap, so you want to stick on that. But anyway, slap walk.
You taking slut walks now? What is going on?
Can I have some of that wine? That was funny.
Now with the cup?
I don't know, but I got my cup right here, babe. Where that wine at, bro?
I can't.
Y'all wow. But no, I don't. Y'all not convincing me.
But that was never my mission. That was never my mission. This is not even the show to try to convince anybody on. Have you seen the past
voted
episode?
for Hillary. You voted for people.
You didn't vote for anybody.
And I'm telling you that. I stand on that. I don't see no.
You stand on your
That's
ignorance.
the whole. Yes.
Good.
Wow.
Because you can't educate me.
You can't educate yourself.
Because I'm not a teacher.
Well, I am a teacher.
Up. I'm an informer.
And I'm telling you, you can't give somebody that's
I'm a
not
teacher.
receptive.
If I know something, I can.
Yeah, but if you're not being receptive,
or give you a reason.
we started with who was running for a governor. You didn't even know who the man was.
It don't matter.
So why would I teach you anything?
Because you can't. I don't believe you can. I don't believe you're informed. I told you.
I don't believe
you don't believe we are informed.
Are you kidding? Ceremony.
You don't believe we are informed?
Y'all do it for fun.
No,
basically.
let's go back to that statement. You said you don't believe
it don't really do nothing.
You don't believe we.
Especially for black men.
You don't believe we, the media company that you are in its studios, are informed.
Voting? No, voting is a fallacy.
Are you kidding? Are you?
But you
can't put your
like nothing to do with us. Damn stupid
that you are sitting
You
in
think
the
I'm
media?
stupid?
Are you sitting in the media company that broadcasts the news and you are asking these dumb,
we talking
ignorant, idiotic, stupendous questions? These questions.
Voting?
What the? Quit! I fucking quit, yo. Give me the wine. I want to drink.
Watch when this goddamn.
Give me the wine. I'd rather drink. I can't do this.
I got some good wine too.
Join us every Saturday at 7 p.m. for On the Come Up radio show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, Just a Bit Outside Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com. You're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, Periscope. Check us out throughout the week or past shows on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and wherever podcasts can be found. I almost made it through without stumbling.
Well done. All right, y'all, when we left off, we were talking about the Golden Globes. I just want to make one more quick point before we shift into football. How the hell did Black Panther not win anything? How did that not get best movie, like best motion picture? Like, how did that? I mean, don't get me wrong. I have not seen Bohemian Rhapsody.
Me neither.
You know, and I heard that my boy, the Malik boy, was really good. Mm-hmm. You know, but Black Panther was such a wonderfully made movie with just so much. It was just, I mean, just everything. I mean, that fucking movie was a movement. You know, I mean, seriously, yo, like, how did that not get best movie, best motion picture?
So is it, not to get like into deep philosophical conversations, but is it a race thing or is it a comic book movie stereotype thing?
Man, you know, I wasn't trying to get on that there. I wasn't trying to go there. I felt like, you know, I don't know. We got a lot of wins last year, and that was like just a little bone that they threw us, and then it was just like, yo, for real, man. Like, you laughing? I'm not so serious. Like, I don't know. But you know what though, too? Like, you did make a good point about, you know, the stereotype with the comic books, you know, and sometimes, you know, because it's a superhero movie or a comic book movie, it may not be taken as seriously as some of the other films, you know, especially a film that is that has a lot of drama in it, you know what I mean? But
like Infinity War was an amazing, very structured, like the structure that goes into that film by far exceeds anything that went out last year. Yeah. But it's not like a heavily dramatic piece. Right. So it's just going to get like visual effects awards.
Yeah. I don't know, man. All I'm going to say is they got that joint wrong. You know what I mean? I ain't even had to see the damn movie to know. They got that joint wrong. I mean, yo, Black Panther was a whole, like I said, that shit was a lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. How do you not award a movie that's been that impactful? I mean, obviously it was good, damn it. You know what I'm saying? But I digress. But anyway, football. You know, we do have some football going on tonight, even though it is not the NFL. And I must say, I feel kind of crazy that there's no NFL Monday Night Football tonight.
I know.
You know, there's no potential garbage game for us to talk about.
Who put these crap teams together?
Right, that's what I'm saying. We don't got to there's no game for us to complain about tonight. But we do have some football going down. We do have the college football playoff championship going down. And is that the Rose Bowl? No, it's not the Rose Bowl.
No, now it's just like the national championship game.
National championship game. Okay, all right. Well, that lets you know how much I watch college football. But I do know that the game is between the Clemson Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. I believe, what is this, like the second or third matchup?
It's the third.
So, okay, all right, about what, in the last 5 years or something like that? Yeah, 4 or 5 years. So, two very big, football programs. Everybody knows all about Nick Saban and Alabama, and what's the head coach of Clemson? I don't even fucking know. Dabo?
I think so.
Dabo Sweeney. Oh, the skills. And the Clemson Tigers.
That's like 2017.
I had the dab for the Dabo. Hey, man. But you guys. Woo. Okay. All right.
What?
So hey, Harry, hold on to that thought. We're gonna get into that the next segment. He wants to talk about John Harbaugh. We will definitely get into that, man. We're gonna get into John Harbaugh. We're gonna get into Joe Flacco, Lamar Jackson. We're gonna get into the Ravens fans. We're gonna spend a good bit of time about this because I think there's a lot for us to digest, after yesterday's game. But really quickly, do you wanna do a prediction for this game tonight?
A team will win.
A team will win. Okay, I'm gonna take that, Joan, a step further. Who am I gonna pick? I'm just gonna.
I think I'll roll with Alabama.
Yeah, me too. Only because I like saying "Roll Tide." Honestly, I like that shit. And I know my homeboy Anthony's gonna be a little pissed about that because he's a big Clemson Tiger fan. But and I do like that too, a kid. I like the culture. I like everything that he brings to it. I know that these are two defenses that's going to have to step up tonight. Mm-hmm. And from what I'm hearing, it's going to be in the secondary. That's going to be where the microscope is, where everybody's really looking, and where you can, I guess, have a chink in the armor. Is it chink?
Yes.
Chink. Yeah, chink in the armor. So in the secondary. So we know both quarterbacks are very talented. The quarterback for Clemson, Christian, he's good as well. So I guess you guys will update you on the championship game as the night goes along. Don't go anywhere. We're about to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the home team, yo. We got to do it. All right, so don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/therightseat. That's safercar.gov/therightseat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, God.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet. Fingerling. Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. Just a bit outside radio show on BeExposedRadio.com. Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. You know the places to check us out. Make sure if you're watching us or on your phone or wherever you are, hit that little share button. Tell people about us. Spread the word. Share the links. Share the love.
All right, you guys, let's do it. So let's jump on into the NFL arena. Wild card weekend. Lots of games. I would say out of the 4 games, I only got one outcome that I wanted.
Probably. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was
maybe 2.
Okay, I'm interested to hear which one that is.
Maybe not wanted, but predicted.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all right. Let's start with the home team.
Yeah.
All right. We gotta start with the home team. There's a lot going on with that. Chargers came to M&T Bank Stadium yesterday and they handled business. The Ravens took an L 23-17. Tough game for Lamar. Tough game all the way around. You know, the thing about football is, and you know, and I say this during the regular season when it comes to like these division matchups, and you know, 2 teams play each other twice in the same season, is sweeps don't happen in football.
It's hard, yeah.
It is very hard. And, you know, I knew that this was going to be a tough game for the Ravens. And I also knew that it was going to be an uphill battle for the Ravens just because, you know, I know for a fact this is what they do. They had all the tape, everything that they needed to come up with, you know, a good coach to come up with a game plan to stop that offense. And that's exactly what they did. You know, they turned it into a one-sided type team, you know, limited Lamar Jackson's throne, even though it was already limited as is. But I mean, like, completely eliminated that shit. So then, what do you have now? You know that either he's going to run or somebody else is going to run, and they were totally prepared for that.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think I saw somewhere where they said, like, I don't know, some crazy amount of snaps, 40 or 50. You know, they already knew what the play was going to be.
60 to 70%.
Was it that high? Okay, I said 40, 50, but 60, 70. And to me, that's just like, I don't even know who. I want to be mad at the fucking coaching for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all legit just did the same, everything the same though?
And is that on the OC? Is it the head coach? Is it one of the assistants that could be like going up to the OC and saying, hey, let's change this up?
That's a good question, you know, and I wanna read Harry William Holland. He has a pretty good comment or a question, I should say, and he says, "Am I the only one pissed that John Harbaugh is getting an extension? I think his inability to hire creative coordinators or his loyalty to bad coordinators cost us ever since he's been in Baltimore. Cam Cameron, Mark Trestman, and now Marty." Okay, Harry. So let's just, I guess we might as well just break this down into little pieces. Okay, and are you the only one pissed that John Harbaugh is getting an extension? I'm gonna let you answer that one first, and then I'll give my little piece.
I'm sure he's not the only one pissed. There's going to be people all around Ravens Nation that is upset with it. It's smart on John Harbaugh's part. You know, at the middle of the season, at the bye, they were saying he and the Ravens agreed to mutually part ways at the end of the season.
Right, and I rejoiced.
And then suddenly the news came out that he got an extension, but then news came out that he didn't sign it. So he rode the Lamar wave to see if they can get to the playoffs and what kind of momentum they can get. And now he's probably going to get a little bit more than whatever they initially agreed upon.
You think so?
Not to mention there's these rumors that the Dolphins and the Broncos and other teams want to try to trade for him. Which I guess when the going rate for a coach is a couple of first-round picks.
The Dolphins and the Broncos.
Those are the two named teams I've heard.
Been dropped,
but
really?
there's several teams that they've said.
I mean, sure, why not? You know, I mean, a lot of people are under the veil of the Super Bowl and, you know, that fantastic run and that fantastic season. I don't understand how they don't know what was really behind all of that. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's a great guy and he's a great coach. Are you the only one pissed? No, you are not pissed, because you know what? I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I don't even care that we went to the playoffs. I don't care how the season ended. You know what I mean? Honestly, I really don't. You know, I really felt like John's time was up here in Baltimore, and it was time. You know, I've been saying it all season. Time for a fresh approach. What?
Now that the season's officially over, who does John have to go to for this extension? Was the extension approached by Ozzie, or was it approached by Eric DeCosta? And if it was Ozzie, what's DeCosta's approach now?
I don't know, man. I mean, if I was DeCosta, I would keep all my options open. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you know what I mean? Like, let's not forget about everything prior to the last 6 weeks of football. Now, honestly, I mean, seriously.
No, true.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what I mean? I can't sit up here in front of this camera and say, oh yeah, coaching was the reason why we won them last 5 games. You know what I mean? I can't. What I can say is that we got a different quarterback with a different skill set, and we were able to surprise a whole lot of people. Mm-hmm. Okay, I really don't think much of it had to do with coaching. You know, and honestly, like you said, 60, 70 snaps, they already knew what the hell was going to happen.
60, 70%.
Oh, I'm sorry, 67%. They already knew it was going to happen. I mean, you know, to me, that's bad fucking coaching. I mean, what do you think?
I put that on the OC, Morning Wig, because they just saw them 15 days ago, or 15 days prior to the game, and they had to, like, I really thought that they were going to do a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, they saw 7 weeks of Lamar being Lamar, mm-hmm. taking Kansas City to overtime, mm-hmm. beating the Chargers. They beat a lot of teams. But you're in the playoffs, you're playing a team that you faced 2 weeks ago, change it up. Do something.
And this is why I have a problem with John Harbaugh. Because if you're offensive coordinator, if you're watching this game, and you should have known after the first damn quarter, for real, what the hell was going on out here, you know, it's upon you as the head coach to say something, to do something. You know what I mean? And I don't think that, you know, John has that kind of mindset. I mean, he's a special teams coach. You know what I mean? He's a special teams coach.
And I'm sure their mindset was, we're just going to go with what works.
I don't know. To me, good teams, good coaches, you know, if you're trailing or if something is not working, you go into that locker room at halftime, and you come up with a different plan, or, you know, you try to do a different approach. You make modifications. I mean, that's what good head coaches do. Like, look, you know, this isn't working, then, you know, let's go with, you should have had a damn plan B, goddammit. You know what I mean? Like, it was frustrating to watch the game yesterday. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm not gonna put it solely on the coaches either. Yo, penalties killed us.
Oh yeah.
Penalties killed us. I mean, oh my gosh, how many times on third down, yo? Like, you know what I mean? Keeping drives alive, like, you know, killed us.
Offsides.
Yeah, I mean, our defense was just not looking like the defense that I thought it was going to show up on the field to M&T. So that kind of goes back with, that kind of makes me go back to the second part of Harry's comment. He says his inability to hire creative coordinators or his loyalty to bad coordinators. Now, I don't know if you call Marty a bad defensive coordinator. I don't know if I can call Marty a bad defensive coordinator. Motherfucker, the Ravens was #1 damn defense. You know, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't call that a bad defensive coordinator, dog. You know what I mean? Like, and the Ravens defense, they was clicking on all cylinders. We've been talking about it week in and week out. Now, if you want to talk about the offensive coordinators, we can talk about some stuff. We can talk about some stuff. I will agree with that. I mean, we have not hired, and I could say in like, what, 7-8 years, an offensive coordinator that was colorful and creative and you know what I mean, was able to dial up some unsuspecting, like, you know what I mean, stuff, especially now that you do have all of the weapons and tools that you have to be successful. Like, that's a little frustrating.
I kind of feel similar, like, especially like going back to like Cam Cameron. It was like the same old thing. And you need to be creative.
Vanilla, yeah.
I would love to see, especially with Lamar's skill set, them like go to the college ranks, find an OC that you know, college is full of players like Lamar, not to his level, but players that run and pass. Mm-hmm. Go into the college ranks, find someone that can really take advantage of Lamar's skill set and put that into motion.
Let me throw something out there, and this is Gary Kubiak was the truth. I did like him. I did like him. Yes, that's a great comment, Nathan. Props to you for that one. Let me just throw something out there. How about finding an offensive coordinator that would like to come with like a fast-paced kind of game plan? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like a Chip, not saying Chip Kelly, but like maybe something, you know, like along those lines. I mean, you have a quarterback where you could kind of do that, you know, with. You got a quarterback that can run. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I mean, that's just a thought. Like, I think that might be kind of interesting.
I could see that.
I mean, you said you would like college. I mean, that's kind of what they do in college.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they run up points, you know, and, you know, with the Ravens, you got the kind of defense where if you can run up points, man, you're going to win the damn games.
And we've talked about it pretty much the duration of our show that we've been on the air, is that the Ravens, under John Harbaugh, we can win, but we always play it safe. And they don't have that killer instinct like maybe the Patriots have had in the past, where you just keep on scoring. Your goal every drive is to score. Some of it is to eat the clock, but you're still wanting to drive down and score every single drive. And the Ravens don't do that. Right.
You know, and another thing is, you know, we're not a come-from-behind kind of team. And if we had that type of fast-paced kind of game, we could become that kind of team.
Absolutely.
You know, so you know, we beat that coaching horse. Let's turn our sights on to the quarterback. Let's talk about, you know, Lamar Jackson's performance yesterday.
Did he have a performance?
He was out there, you know. So as far as defenses go, I love Wink Martindale, but he was a part of P's group in 2012. P's just couldn't close out games. Good point. Point taken and noted.
And even with the #1 defense, there is times that happened this year too.
Yeah. This was a good point. But back to Lamar. There were a lot. I was seeing a lot of mixed emotions, and I felt like the emotions was either one extreme or the other extreme. You know what I mean? Which
No, I know
found comical.
I know you went to a house of beverages to watch the game. And
Yes, I did.
I did as well. And I don't know how the place that you were at was acting, but the place I was at, like, almost everyone was screaming, "Put in Joe! Put in Joe!"
Are you serious? Where were you? Where were you?
The Green Turtle up in Aberdeen.
I'm not surprised. Okay,
No.
so we ain't even gonna get into why we are not surprised. We're gonna talk about that offline, right? All right, but okay, I was in Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Okay, we had hope all the way to the end. Now that just lets you know the demographic and the mindset. You laughing, man, but I'm
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
right? I'm about to go off about this, okay? Because and they think Jackson is the answer. It ain't about thinking. He is the answer. That's our quarterback now. You know what I'm saying? And let me just tell y'all something. Let me just say my little piece about this whole entire situation and about the whole, we were screaming and hollering for Flacco to come in. If y'all think that after Flacco sat his ass down for what, 5+ weeks?
7,
6, 7, that he was going to be able to go in at that specific time in that situation and do anything, let alone save the game. You're crazy.
Because the Chargers actually have a defense.
And they had a hellified game plan, man. Joe Flacco would have had to been the most accurate, mobile, because the offensive line wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And that is totally not Joe Flacco's game. So what are you saying? 1 minute, I got 1 minute, goddammit. Look.
Oh, keep it
Andre,
going, because...
Don't you cut me off, yo, because I ain't done yet.
Keep it going, because the next segment is going to be fire.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, honestly, let's be realistic about this game of football. Yo, we picked a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And he is a rookie quarterback. That was what, his 6th game? 7th?
8th.
8th game. I'm sorry, 8th game. Okay? Like, man, if you're trying to hold him up to the same standards as Joe Flacco, you're wrong. You're wrong, okay? Because he doesn't have the same amount of experience as Joe Flacco. And like I said, he's a rookie. He's a rookie. Rookies make mistakes. You know, yeah, this was a playoff game. Yeah, we wanted to win. But, yo, this is a rookie quarterback. And I got to be honest, if anybody thought that we were going to go to the Super Bowl with a rookie damn quarterback, yo, send me some of the shit you smoking. Seriously. I mean, honestly, it doesn't happen.
Nope.
I don't know if it's ever happened in the history of football. Y'all look that up, because I'm not, because I already know. But we got another comment here. Nathan says he's a kid, just a rookie. The whole offense wasn't ready. That line would have let Flacco get killed. Oh, man. And on that note, we're going to go to commercial. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more about the Baltimore Ravens. Chop it up with you guys. Don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously, because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like, you know,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to Stupid Outside Radio Show, BeExposedRadio.com. You're watching us on Facebook. You're checking us out on YouTube. Check us out also on Periscope, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever podcasts are. You can check out our older shows. And thank you for joining us tonight. We're enjoying the comments. Keep them coming, because we're going to keep on riffing off of them. And we've been talking about Lamar Jackson, youngest QB to ever start a playoff game, and happy 22nd birthday to Lamar Jackson today.
Man, happy birthday, Lamar. Yo, we still love you over here just a bit outside. I don't care what these other people is talking about. But, yeah, let's continue to talk about Lamar Jackson. You know, when we left off, we were talking about, you know, the fact that he is a rookie quarterback. I believe Mark said 8th game.
8th game, yeah.
Yep, into his professional career as a starting quarterback. And his mistakes, his rookie mistakes.
Which I've been saying all year. He's going to have a bad game.
He is. I mean, you know, it happens. You know, and you know, we've already had a couple of comments about the offensive line, you know, on the thread here. You know, add that into it. I mean, that's just a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, the only way that I can kind of compare the two quarterbacks, and I'm talking about Joe Flacco and Lamar Jackson, is to look at the same sample sets. Okay, now, you know, I have a degree in economics, so, you know, this is what I do. I analyze shit. And that's right. But I mean, you know, that's the only fair, to me, that's the only fair way to do it, though.
Kind of surprised you didn't send me a spreadsheet.
Hey, man, I ain't have enough time. But, you know, I have no other, you know, you have no other choice. But, I mean, to do it the right way would be to take Joe Flacco's first 8 games and put them up against Lamar's. And, you know, I don't have it, I don't have all the numbers in front of me or nothing like that, but I mean, I have no doubt in my mind, I would say I'm pretty sure I would be more impressed with what Lamar Jackson has done in his first games than what Joe Flacco has done. We can't compare, you know, where Lamar is right now to where Joe Flacco is right now. That's just not even fair, not even realistic, not even logical. You know, I mean, we have this rookie quarterback. We've chose him to be the leader of the offense. What you do is you got to give him that experience. Yo, so what does that mean? Even though the game was not going our way and we did not like what we were seeing, you have to keep that boy in there to get the experience. Yesterday was not the time to pull the plug on Lamar. I'm sorry. I mean, I heard people was out there chanting for Flacco to come in and that they was born and whatnot. Yo, Ravens fans can be delusional sometimes. And, you know, and people can get like that about their home team. I get it. But, you know, yesterday definitely was not the time to pull the plug on Lamar.
And to Joe Flacco's credit, which maybe every single fan that was calling for him needs to hear, is that several weeks ago, there have been conversations at the castle about when would be a time to put in Joe. And Joe himself was like, he's going to be the quarterback. You keep Lamar in unless there's like an injury.
Right.
You don't just pull him because that's going to hit his confidence. It's going to make the team question.
Right.
Keep him in.
Right. Right. And so we got another comment from Nathan. He said, definitely don't regret letting Flacco go. I don't either. Peyton spent 15 years in Indy with only 1 Super Bowl. And I would be pissed as a fan we gave Flacco 11 seasons. See you later. Have a great career. Jackson is our future, and he will get better. Thank you, Nathan. That was my very next point. Ravens fans, you have no other option but to be excited for the next season and what this kid what this kid can do with half a season under his belt, 1 playoff game already. I mean, I don't know how many rookie QBs can say that they've done all of this. I mean, he's already done a lot. He brought a team. I mean, he resurrected our team. Single-handedly resurrected our team. So, right, there's no roof, there's no ceiling in my eyes for this kid right now.
Absolutely.
We hooked this boy up with a good offensive coordinator that's ready to take some damn risks. Man, we're going to have a whole lot to cheer about next season. And you can mark my words on that one. I have no doubt in my mind. Goodbye, Flacco. That era is over with. So let's, I know we have a lot of loyalties and the whole Super Bowl thing, but we all need to just let go of that, man. For real. And I don't know if this is like a race thing behind it or what, but,
I think for some it is.
Yeah.
Even if they're not willing to admit it, but I think for others, it's, they just have loyalty to Flacco. He's their guy. He brought him a Super Bowl. I've been loyal to Flacco. Like, I wanted to see him play. I didn't want to see Lamar start too early because he is a kid, and he needed to get that education behind a veteran. Flacco's injury happened. Baptism by fire.
Yeah.
Lamar's our quarterback. Ever since the NFL draft, which was April, May, you knew when they traded back up into the first round to draft a quarterback, he was going to be our guy. Knowing Flacco's contract was all the guaranteed money's up, and after this year, while he has a couple years left, they will get rid of him to get that cap room back. Lamar's our guy.
And did we all not forget and not see that? I mean, we almost tied that game back. I mean, won that game.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and John Harbaugh said himself. I mean, he executed a really good 2-minute drill, and he didn't. John Harbaugh said himself. He doesn't think that that Joe Flacco could have done a better job.
Absolutely.
So I mean, there you have it. So that debate is over. Let's get ready for 2019, baby. Hey, listen, you guys about to take another commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna go through the rest of the league with these wild card games, man. Let's talk about Philly next. That Dallas game, that shit's crazy. All right, y'all, just a bit outside. Damn.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, one with a home run,
hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have, well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that then
your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
Then the pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. Mm-hmm. He's 0-4 with the 6.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. Just a Bit Outside Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com, Facebook, YouTube, if you're watching us, wherever you can find us. Click the link, the share button, share the link. Share the shit. Share the link, share the love, tell your friends. And if you're telling friends about anything, also that music that comes in and out as we go to break.
I was just about to say, what up, DJ Delight? Happy New Year, bruh. My mic sound nice.
DJ Delight, Mike McMillan. If you like the music, like I said, DJ will hook you up and he'll do your party, your wake.
Your wake.
You're the one that always says funerals.
I know. I was saying you switched it up. Okay, all right. We're gonna take one more comment on the Ravens before we go on to talk about the Eagle game and the Cowboy game. So Harry says, "This is the problem. Do you think Lamar can get better with Harbaugh at the helm? I think if we are in on Lamar like I am, Harbaugh isn't the answer." All right, you wanna sound off on it first?
I don't know. I think I like Harbaugh as a coach. I've gone on record on saying that. I do think he's been neutered by some of the NFLPA's collective bargaining agreement stuff, but I think if you have a good coach and you have a good player, they're not always going to mesh well together, but they should be able to bring out the best in each other. Antonio Brown aside. But I guess time will tell, especially if he does sign this extension.
If you have a good offensive coordinator, the head coach is a non-motherfucking factor. So, like...
Especially a head coach like Harbaugh that lets the OC call the plays.
Exactly. So I think that's the answer to that. And I think that kind of also speaks to what we've been, talking about in previous segments about, the offensive game plan yesterday. If I feel like if we had a different offensive coordinator, or the game would have gone a lot differently, or it would have been a little more exciting on our end, to say the very least.
Yeah.
It was a dry game. So I think that's where the Ravens need to start. Let's get a new offensive coordinator in there. Like I said, I would like for us to pick the pace up a little bit with our game. Mm-hmm. Get a different, like I've been saying, a different approach, man. I mean, I've been over this vanilla play calling for years now. Even when Joe Flacco was quarterback.
You got a fast quarterback, get a system to match.
Yeah. So but we got 8 months to kind of figure this thing out and see what the Ravens do.
Can it be August yet?
Right. All right. That's the crazy thing. Like the wait. That's the terrible. After your team loses in the playoffs, you got to play the waiting game with everybody else. But thank you, Nathan, and thank you, Harry, for your comments and your questions. Awesome. Let's move on to the next game. The next game I want to talk about is the Eagles versus the Bears.
Yes.
I think there's a bit that we could talk about.
There's a lot to unpack.
Yes, and you know what? And the reason why I picked this matchup to talk about next is because I feel like the Eagles were in a bit of a similar situation as the Ravens as far as the quarterbacks were concerned. You know, Carson Wentz was the chosen one in Philadelphia. And, you know, prior to him getting injured, the Eagles also had a very mediocre season. The Eagles were not heading to the playoffs.
Yes.
And eerily so, here comes Nick Foles again.
Bear down.
Right. And it's just eerie the way that things are happening. And if you're an Eagles fan, you got to be excited right now. Because this feels like last year all over again. You know, he comes in, he takes over, they win a couple games. Now, holy shit, you're in the fucking wild card game somehow. I don't know how y'all managed to do that, but you did.
I got to go back to the Week 17 results too, because apparently, like, the Bears game affected the Eagles game to allow the Eagles to get in.
Yeah, because they lost against Minnesota or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So that let the Eagles in, and then the Eagles take them out.
Right. But, I mean, the Eagles had to win to get into the position, you know, to even be in that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so you make it to the wild card round, and then you win. You win the game. So, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure that there was a lot of loyalties and a lot of feelings about Carson Wentz,
mm-hmm.
but you cannot ignore what Nick Foles is doing for the Eagles and for that organization.
If your backup's the Super Bowl MVP, you're not going to go wrong.
And you know what? I'm taking the backup off that boy's name. And you know, I was telling Ren, you know, like, that's about to be y'all's quarterback because you did this shit 2 seasons in a row. What do you do in Philadelphia, man?
But they signed Wentz to that big deal.
They did.
No one's going to take that deal either.
I mean, shit. What about Flacco? You know, I mean, that's what they're like. We're kind of like in the same boat. I mean, if I was an Eagles fan, if I was on that team, I would want Nick Foles as my starting quarterback. Would you not?
Absolutely.
I mean, that team looks like a whole different team. You know, we were just saying, what was it, 4 weeks ago? What the hell is going on with the Eagles? You know, and then everybody was saying, I don't even know what that is, but everybody was talking about a Super Bowl hangover. Now it's like, what hangover?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They looking like they might try to get to that NFC Championship game. Nathan has another comment. He thinks Nick is going to go somewhere else. And I think that falls in line with what Mark is saying with, you know, that hellified contract that Wentz has, you know, you're almost stalemated in the keeping.
I think Nick's salary next year would be like $2 million, and I mean, that's nothing. He can definitely give that up and ask for a trade or ask for a release and go on the free agent market. But Wentz they're stuck with.
And that's tough. Fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah, man. I mean, watch out. NFC, watch out. I mean, are you ready to say that? I am.
You know, the NFL has officially changed that missed field goal to a blocked field goal.
Really?
Yeah. One of the Bears player or the Eagles players.
What, did he get a fingernail on that mug? Like,
I've seen like slow mode close-ups, and he did. Yeah. It's crazy. So like a lot of people that were convinced like he missed it, like the Eagles actually were able to alter the course of the ball, and the Eagles affected it. Try telling a Bears fan though.
Regardless, I mean, you know, it's just heartbreaking to lose that way.
I'm just mad because I actually was like on the Bears bandwagon all of a sudden. I thought they were going to go.
Man, I threw money at the Eagles all day long.
Did you?
I love that 6.5 points, man. They were 6.5 point underdogs. I love that all day. Harry says the Eagles' problem is if he wins the Super Bowl, what do you do? Wentz or Foles? And that's what I'm saying, man. If he wins the Super Bowl, or even to me, throw the Super Bowl out.
Yeah.
If you make it to the NFC Championship, you got it. I mean, yo, you don't send that boy back to the bench. Come on, I mean, honestly, Harry, what do you think? Nick is a free agent. He's going to be worth $24 million easily. You think so? $24 million? Yeah. You know, won a Super Bowl. Fuck. I mean, People probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I'd take him over Flacco.
I mean, he's younger. Shit. Hell yeah. I mean, if we didn't have Lamar Jackson, I'd be saying sign Foles.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I did in my Madden game once.
Yeah. So shout out to the Eagles. I mean, we haven't really set aside a segment for who came through or who was Booty Hub, but I'm gonna have to say this is like a honorary come through with the Eagles and a big win over the Bears, man. And that kicker guy. I mean, I wish him, I wish him well. Yeah. Because I know he's going to have a tough time in Chicago showing his face going out. He's probably going to be hibernating or taking a trip somewhere far, far away. Because those Chicago fans can be tough.
Chicago fans? The Bears.
Yeah. And 15 mil.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, he's worth it, I think.
Yeah. Now, the Eagles next week have the Saints.
Yes. And I wanted to take a minute to talk about that look ahead.
Okay.
Now, we got, we all know, we got a hell of a high-powered offense rolling with the Who Dat Nation. Eagles defense. Not the greatest.
Yeah, and Trubisky definitely is nowhere near Drew Brees.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a tough game, and that game is going to be at the Dome. At the Dome. Which I think is, that besides the home field advantage, I mean, I think it's kind of good that you're inside and you're playing in a comfortable environment. So that kind of works well for the Eagles. It would have been better for, to get New Orleans outside the Dome, because we all know once New Orleans gets outside, they play like some hoes. But they gonna have their hands full with Kamara and Drew Brees and them. Do you think? Yeah, I was gonna put the question out there. Do we think the Eagles have a chance in hell against can I say? Yeah, I'm gonna say like the best team in the NFC. You think they got a chance?
I think they got a chance. I don't know. It's either going to have to be magic, or they're just going to get absolutely devastated. Their defense is where they have to win it.
Yeah.
I'm not concerned about their offense at all. Yeah.
Run defense, because I would take chances on passes.
Yeah.
But if you can't stop that boy from running, you know what I mean? It's going to be a long day. Because ultimately, that's what tires down defenses, and that's what wears them out. And also too, it's gonna be on the Eagles' defense to sustain long drives. You know what I mean? Let's keep New Orleans defense out there and try to wear them down.
Pretty much what Lamar and the Ravens are doing.
Yeah.
Like, take the clock as much as you can.
Yeah.
Keep Drew Brees off the
keep
field.
Keep him on the sideline,
yeah.
right? Because once they start warming up, it's over. You know what I mean? If you give them 2 or 3 3-and-outs, it's over. So that's gonna be a sizable hurdle to overcome for the Philadelphia Eagles this upcoming weekend. Nathan says every team has a chance, a betting chance, but I'm not getting. He wouldn't bet against Breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the general consensus around the league, and amongst us analysts and whatnot. That'll be an interesting game, and good luck to the Eagles. Let's move on to the next game. Seahawks and the Cowboys, another close game. That was a bit of an interesting game. A lot of league changes.
2-point conversions.
Craziness
attempts.
all around. Jerry Jones, evil man. We had Dak, we had Russell. I mean, everybody was just playing decent football.
I don't know about that. Cowboys are hot trash. And yes, I'm a hater.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you just you just hating right now because the Cowboys, their defense started off pretty good. The Seahawks didn't score at all in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And I was kind of surprised with that. You know what I mean? I mean, of course, you can only contain Russell for so long, and as the game got along, the defenses got a little tired and weary. They opened that thing up, but Cowboys held it down for a good part of their game. And like I said, league changes back and forth. Ultimately, the Cowboys, they win the game. They won by 2 points. I actually picked the Seahawks to win because for some reason, I was expecting a better defensive effort from the Seahawks. Ezekiel Elliott.
Like the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, the Seahawks looked like Seahawks of old.
Yeah.
And it was hard to imagine them losing to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I totally was expecting the Seahawks to win that game. But, boy, Zeke turned up.
Dak showed up.
I'm about to say, Dak played well, and that just lets you know, too, because, during the season, we talked about the Dez Bryant effect. Of course we did. Mm-hmm. But that game showed me when Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott are playing well, they can still get it done. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily need that Dez Bryant. Now their next game is against the Rams, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because that's only 4 teams that's left. The Rams, and also too, this is going to be a very tough game for them. Will the Dallas Cowboys defense be able to step it up a notch again and contain Gurley? You know what I mean? I think that's the key to both of the games. If you can contain that running back, you got a fighting chance. You got a fighting chance because that's their bread and butter, and that's how they win games. So now, let's see. If Zeke and Amari are used right, Cowboys will do damage. I think the Rams need Gurley to win, and I agree with you. And I totally agree with you. It comes down to the Saints' defense. If they show up, the Saints win. Saints' defense sucks. It's going to be a shootout. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, the Saints' defense really isn't all that. The way that they win games is by scoring quickly and by scoring more than anybody else. So that's a good point as well, Harry. Do you think Harry thinks the Cowboys got a pretty good chance? Mark, what do you think? Do you think the Cowboys have a chance in hell?
No.
I don't either.
And that's not me being a hater either.
Yeah.
The Rams have just looked so amazing all season.
Yeah, the Rams are not the Seahawks. No disrespect to the Seahawks, Russell Wilson, but the Rams are not the Seahawks. I mean, Gurley is just as good, if not better, than Zeke, and I think that they have, they've got more weapons, a better receiving corps than the Dallas Cowboys. So, Goff will be out there looking to slice stuff up, and then they'll always have Gurley to fall back on. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just, I feel like the Cowboys have a tougher matchup than the Eagles do with the Saints. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And, Rams defense is pretty decent, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, they got the total package. So, I think, those games will be pretty clear-cut, unless something crazy happens, an injury of some sort or, divine intervention.
Oh, speaking of injuries, we all saw that injury on the Cowboys.
Holy crap. I did not want to see that. I did not see it. No, I did not. I don't want to see it. Do not send that shit to me. Because I know how you like to do.
Well, when it happened, too, I was listening to the game on the radio. I was driving. I had just left the bar, and I was driving, and I heard it on the radio. Mm-hmm. But then got home, and, I didn't realize how bad it was just listening about it. Mm-hmm. So, I had to look it up after Jimmy started talking about it.
Yeah, on Facebook, I was looking at grown men, going off because of this injury. And I was like, yeah, I definitely don't want to see it.
Oh, his foot was, twisted.
Oh, man, that's all right. Hey, look, I think it should be break time, right? Or did we just... Is it break time yet?
I don't know.
I don't feel like
maybe.
Did we just come up with break?
No,
I'm in the zone, man. I don't know. Andre, is it break time yet, brother? What's going on, yo?
Yeah, Nathan. Oh my God, I never want to see that again. Yeah.
See? So what I'm saying, grown men freaking out over this injury. I definitely don't want to see
when
it.
I turned it on YouTube, it showed the play at regular speed, in a different angle, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. And then like they showed it slow-mo from the angle where you could really see it. I was like, oh, that's nasty.
Nathan said his career is over. Do you think Scott's career
It could
is
be.
over? You think so?
Yeah. But then again, like, they got him in an air cast like right away, medical science, what it is today.
Right.
You could just hope that maybe he could still have
Same
a career.
Alex Smith injury. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Alex Smith's still playing though.
Well,
Not really. Right. Well, yeah.
I mean, that injury just happened.
Right. Oh, yeah, right. That's why they got the other boy in. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Good luck to that brother on that one, man, because, you know, that's tough, too. Yikes. All right, so I guess we ain't going to break, so we can go to the what? This is the final game of the weekend? Texans and the Colts? Yeah. That's the final one that we need to talk about. And I'm going to say this. I was highly disappointed with that game. Highly disappointed, man. I know you probably picked the Colts to win, didn't you?
Not that I wanted them to win, but
I mean, you
I picked the Colts to win, yeah. They turned it up at the end of the year. Texans, like...
Who the fuck... excuse me. Who was out... What team was out there? I was literally watching that game in disbelief, like, you know... Even J.J. Watt.
I could tell you were mad because you didn't respond to my text.
But man, I was just shaking my head, yo. Like, I'm a big Deshaun Watson fan. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I wanted to see him do well. I mean, they only put up 7 points yesterday. So uncharacteristic.
That Colt defense was just ridiculous on them.
Right. Did they take their Wheaties? They must have ate their Wheaties that morning, man, because, I mean, they turned up.
They're going to have to take a Wheaties test.
You know what I'm saying? And how do you feel about Andrew Luck's performance? Very Andrew Luck-ish.
It's all in the last name.
Right.
Like, I don't like Andrew Luck. I think he's been a total disappointment, but he played playoff ready. Right. Texans have been a good all-around team. Definitely more offensive heavy as the whole NFL goes, more offensive heavy. But Andrew Luck, he did the job.
Let me tell you who else did the damn job.
Yeah.
He was also a thorn in the side of the Houston Texans. T.Y. Hilton.
Oh, God, yeah.
Holy crap. Like, dude, the way that he was, like, torching them was just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And, you know, as far as Andrew Luck, he threw 2 touchdowns and one interception. I mean, his QBR was 80.3. All right. 19 for 32. Not bad. He managed the game well, and he made little to no mistakes. That's why they won. You know. In addition to, you know, the Colts defense really stepping up and coming through, another honorary coming through for the team, man, because, you know, Deshaun Watson threw entirely too much. 49 passing attempts.
Oh.
Right. And I don't know whose idea that was, you know, but he threw entirely too much. And, gosh, you know, their offensive line wasn't that great either. I think he was sacked like 3 times.
At least.
Yeah, something like that. And so, you know, it was a complete team loss, that game.
Message to NFL head coaches. Just because Tom Brady can throw it 60 times a game doesn't mean your quarterback can.
I don't understand. When you go north of 40, it just makes me wince. Like, wow, why are you doing that? But let me ask you this, and let me ask the outsiders that's watching and listening right now. How much do you think experience was a factor with this particular matchup?
I don't think so.
Vet receiver, vet quarterback, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Deshaun really doesn't have a whole lot of playoff experience either. You know,
Deshaun looked shaky a lot of the season too, especially coming off last year's injury-shortened season.
Well, hell, I mean, he's one of the most hit quarterbacks in the league, I believe. I think so. Yes. You know what I mean? And hell, I'd be shaky too. So I'm getting my bell rung 4 or 5 times a game, like you know what I mean. So I think the offensive line should be he said none. That might be a point of interest in the offseason, kind of tuning that offensive line up and working on that thing. And because, I mean, honestly, the Houston Texans have a talent at the quarterback position, and you want to try to preserve that brother for as long as you can. You know, so...
otherwise, he'll be gone from there.
Yeah.
Once his free agency, his rookie deal's up, he'll leave.
Bad coaching. Agreed. So let's talk about the look ahead for the AFC. So we got the Chargers playing the Patriots.
Yep.
Chargers playing the Patriots.
Oh, I know.
That's kind of interesting. It's gonna be an interesting game.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nope.
You think the Chargers gonna whip their?
I think they're gonna win. I know Bill's always got a plan. The hood always have something up his sleeves, but sleeves. But the Chargers, like we talked about, they have a defense. They're all around. I think their defense can stymie Brady enough that their offense can score. Patriots have a trash defense this year. The worst it's been in years, I think. And I think the Chargers are going to surprise everyone and win up in Foxborough.
Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
Okay? So the Chargers just saw the Ravens. Okay? Our offense was not good. Okay? You about to go see Tom Brady in New England, right? Mm-hmm. That's a different team. That's a whole different. I mean, I feel like the Ravens weren't prepared for their game yesterday.
Think so?
I don't think so. You know, the Patriots are going to be prepared. Another thing about the Patriots, Bill Belichick, if something is not, if things aren't going their way, or if things aren't, if the team isn't really being productive, they have the ability to go in at halftime and make changes and come back out and do something with themselves.
Yeah. Something
that the Ravens did not do, and for some reason just can't do. They never, they haven't done that all season. So you coming up with one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, one of the best head coaches, as much as I hate that bastard, as much as I hate him, of all time. I mean, this is a different team. You know what I mean? I really hope that the Chargers aren't like, riding their little high horse, because they can be surprised, this weekend messing around with Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Yeah.
You guys, when we come back, we're going to wrap up the AFC, and we'll give you an update on that college game. They're about 30 minutes in. We're going to see what's going on with Tua and the Tide. So don't go anywhere. Just a bit outside.
Keep the conversation going.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
you can't even see the top of that thing.
Even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
There's a rumor going around that Tyler Perry and Oprah are beefing. Well, let me tell you about this. Tyler, okay, told Oprah, bitch, if you don't have my money, we're going to have a problem. Oprah said, "What is the problem?"
Ooh.
You said if I don't have your money, there was going to be a problem. So Oprah is standing her ground like, bitch, I'm in charge. You know, you may have a $250 million studio over there that you film all your shows and movies and stuff on, but I have the empire. That's what Oprah said.
Oh, these are her exact words. Allegedly.
I made this up. But
allegedly.
I made it all up. But there was a rumor that they were beefing. But Tyler confirms that they don't have any issues. So it says it was recently reported on the rumors that was swirling that the twosome were on the outs over constructive criticism of a Perry show. Well, I got some constructive criticism, and we can be on the outs, Tyler, and I don't give a damn, because I'm going to make a promo out of this anyway and share it to your page. I need the scenes on Have and Have Nots to be like 5% shorter, each one. I want you to watch an episode of The Young and the Restless, because this is supposed to be a soap opera. No one's dialogue on The Young and the Restless is like this. You don't have to talk about the random plant in the corner for 25 minutes on one damn scene.
They talk about random plants.
It was a blood stain on the floor for 5 episodes. I can't take it. We need to pick this up. I'm sorry. I love the Have and the Have Nots, and I continue to watch it in its 5th season. But I get so mad when I can go get myself a glass of water and come back, and he had just started the next sentence in his first paragraph. I can't stand it.
They just want to get the point across.
It's not a...
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to some Outside Radio Show, BeExposedRadio.com. We'll be talking about the AFC divisional matchups coming up for next week. Nathan on the feed says, I really like y'all's show. I don't like sports talk, but the show is great. Thank you very much. Every Monday, except for the last 2 because the holidays, 7 to 9 Eastern time. We're here each and every week. Keep on coming back because we've been enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, that's right, yo. Come back, homie. So we were talking about this. We were doing a look ahead for the AFC playoff games this upcoming weekend, and we were currently discussing the matchup between the Chargers and the Patriots. It looks like we're on the feed here. We kind of read a 50-50 split kind of right now. We got one person saying, you know, that the Chargers are going to crush them. And we also, that's Nathan, and of course we got Harry here that says he wants the Chargers to win, but the Patriots will dink and dunk them to death. Check down Kings. And you know what, Harry, I am with you. I'm with you on that. Nathan, I know you think the Chargers are going to crush them. I'm sorry, I can't even, as much as I hate the Patriots, I cannot fix my mouth to say that anyone will crush the Patriots in the playoffs. I mean,
well, you saw his next comment, right?
What is that? I really don't, though, because I hate the Patriots. Okay, he came to his senses real fast.
I still say Chargers going to win.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, you know, the Just a Bit Outside squad, we had a split, man, because I mean, I think it's just going to be business as usual for the Patriots, because you know there's also other factors involved. Let's not forget the Chargers are doing a whole lot of traveling. The Chargers are coming from the West Coast, so they already feeling like they getting up earlier than normal. You know what I'm saying? They're not used to these, you know, this time zone, this early time. Also, the Patriots have been resting. They've been chilling, you know.
And New England winter might hit.
Yeah. God forbid it be cold up there. That's a whole nother factor, right? I didn't even take that into account. So, you know.
It's cold in LA sometimes.
Yeah. 70. But yeah, I mean, you know, I still think that the Chargers got their work cut out for them. Yes, Phillip Rivers has had a wonderful season. We are all, you know, trying to jump on the Phillip Rivers, you know, bandwagon because we would love to see, you know, one of the evil empires go down. We would love to, but I still think it's going to be a tough battle for them. Don't sleep on the Patriots and don't sleep on Belichick, man. I just hope that they come with a pretty decent game plan and have a good game. Have a good game. Okay, so let's go to the other half of that, the rest of the AFC playoffs, which is who? Jesus.
Colts at Chiefs.
Colts at the Chiefs. It's not going to be a game.
It's going to take a whole lot of luck.
Yeah, I want to say the Chiefs are going, I don't even know. We can't, I can't even spend 10 minutes talking about that shit. Like,
10 seconds.
Right. The Chiefs are going to roll all over the Colts' ass. Yes, I'm saying it. I don't care, you know, like, okay, the Houston, with the Colts, the saw this week with the Houston Texans, they're not going to get none of that with the Chiefs, okay? You know, Mahomes, he's flying high right now. They got a lot of energy and they well rested too.
Yeah.
And man, who the hell likes to play at Arrowhead? Nobody. That's going to be a tough game, man. Tough game.
I don't even think it's going to be a game. Like, I think by halftime, I don't.
3 touchdown lead by the half.
I don't remember what year it was. I know it was early 90s. I remember Raiders at Bills, and at the halftime, it was like 45-0. Like, I could see this being this kind of game where it's just ridiculous, especially for playoff football. But I see the Chiefs just running off.
Can we talk about Mahomes for MVP? Has anybody said anything about that?
I think we have.
Really? I mean,
he's definitely in the conversation.
I'm about to say, I haven't really, you know, I usually don't give the MVP talk too much listen until, you know, at least around Super Bowl time or something like that. But, I mean, I think he should definitely get a nod because he's had a phenomenal season, man.
Yeah.
What a quarterback, you know. And Kansas City Chiefs, I know that they're happy and they're excited because, and how awesome would that be, though? Patriots Chiefs AFC Championship.
Think so.
I know you think it's going to be Chargers Chiefs.
Well, I mean, it would be good for the Chiefs because they'd be looking to get payback for that loss to the Patriots earlier this season. Yeah. Which was still a loss that they didn't look like a bad team at all. They just happened to lose because that's when the game ended. Like, they can definitely go in and turn it up and beat the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think there's really much to discuss there. I think we both know and we both agree that the Chiefs are going to win that game.
And then it's a AFC West AFC championship game. Chargers at Chiefs.
You know, that would be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
An exciting game. Definitely wouldn't be dry. But I would do that too. You know. So.
There's people on a LA Super Bowl. What do you think about that?
Oh God. Well, all the craziness that's going on with you know, in the sports world with California, they might need that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that whole Oakland thing, and then like the Golden State Warriors are going to a new. Like it's a lot going on in California regarding sports, so they might need that. You know, but I mean that would be cool. I would welcome that. I would welcome that. You know, let's take it a step further. Not saying who's going to be in the Super Bowl or whatever. Which conference do you think? And I was talking about this with someone about, you know, the strength of the NFC versus the strength of the AFC. Who do you think is going to take the Super Bowl this year?
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, like, what?
If I'm looking at the teams that are remaining, I do have to break it down to the teams. If the Chiefs get in, Chiefs take it. But then, like, on the NFC, you have the Rams, the Saints, who both of them easily could take it. Cowboys, not so much.
I'm saying that the Super Bowl is sewn up for the AFC.
Really?
Yes, I'm saying it. I'm saying I am not sold on NFC teams, man. I'm not. You know, I'm not trying to say that the Rams are soft or the Saints are soft.
And you'll never say that the Hodat Nation will win.
No, I'll never fix my mouth to say that. But, you know, I think Harry says he thinks they're about even. And the only reason why he thinks they're about even because the only two teams that we have to discuss is the Saints and the Rams, which was like the two best teams in the NFC. Mm-hmm. And really the two only teams in the NFC, for real. I mean, honestly, like the disparity of it is crazy. It's crazy. I still think the AFC is a stronger conference. And we'll take that Super Bowl regardless of who gets up in there.
I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I mean, no disrespect to the Saints or I think the Rams have a better chance than the Saints. Only because I think the Rams have a better defense. But still, you still got to come and deal with that AFC offense too, though. You know, and I don't know. I don't know.
Not Foles and the Eagles.
You know.
That's what people said last year.
No, I mean that would be. Ren probably is mad at me, right? She'll be gonna get mad at me for what I'm gonna say, but you know, if they make it, it'd be a Jesus miracle.
You don't have a chain on the door, do you? I didn't mean to give you ideas.
Right. But yeah, man, I just think that the AFC is gonna come out of this thing victorious, regardless of who makes it in there.
I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to do one more quick update on the football game tonight? Did anybody else score? Did somebody had to have scored?
When we went to break last time, it was 7-0. Right before we got back from break, it was tied up 7-7. It's already 14-7. 10 minutes to go in the first quarter still. Not even 5 minutes have passed. 21 points have been scored overall.
Over 56. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
I don't know why they put a 56 on a college football championship game.
Right.
Those things always go like 52 to 48.
I think when Alabama played Oklahoma, wasn't that like a 70-some point game?
Something.
I was expecting it to at least be like 60-something. So when I saw 56, my eyes just lit up, boy. Like, yo.
Christmas
easy
time.
Money. Easy money. I haven't said that all season. But Saturday tonight, though, baby. Starting off the 2019 with the easy money.
Watch out with those easy money picks.
Oh, God.
Watch like both quarterbacks get injured now and it's like a deadlock.
2 quarters of no scoring. Please don't. But, all right, so the few minutes that we have left, you want to switch to basketball for a few minutes? Let's talk about basketball, what's going on. So let's talk about the Wizards a little bit. We have Trevor Ariza now, and not saying that it's been a complete 100% turnaround, but the Wizards are trying to do a little something. I mean, they still at the bottom of the Southeast Division. Jesus. But I mean, they were able to. They had some pretty notable wins. I mean, they beat the Thunder.
Yeah.
What was that? Yesterday. They beat the Thunder 116-98, and they were able to contain my dude pretty well. They shipped Austin Rivers. We got rid of Austin Rivers, and I told you I didn't understand why they got him in the first place and where he fit in with that. But
then they traded him to the Suns, that Trevor Ariza deal.
Yeah.
The Suns released him, and he's already signed to another team. He's like on his 4th team this season.
The poor baby. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, Dad, just take me back.
Yeah, but I mean, out of the last 4 games, they won 3. So you know, I'm not saying anything. It's a step in the right direction. You know.
It's a whole lot of season.
Yeah, there's still a lot of season left, and the division is not that great. I mean, the Southeast isn't that great. I mean, you got Miami, leading at 19-19.
The conference isn't that great.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. I mean, we know that. Charlotte. I think people were expecting more from Charlotte this season, but they have not been playing well. Orlando has not been playing well. Atlanta is just garbage. The Hawks are terrible. But it seems like the addition of Trevor Ariza has kind of, provided a spark for the Wizards. And, that's one of, that's kind of like my home team. So, that's kind of good to see. And hopefully they'll be able to build upon that. Who else? Let me take a quick look at... It was somebody else I wanted to talk about.
Denver?
We can talk about Denver.
I was just throwing teams out there.
No, but we can. I mean, they're still continuing. They're still continuing to do well. They're still at the top of the Western Conference. So the top 4 spots of the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference are pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, since we're talking about, you want to talk about the Denver Nuggets, top 4 teams: Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Clippers. Now, of course, you know, it's still pretty early in the season. There'll be a lot of shifts as far as rankings is concerned. But as of right now, the Denver Nuggets, I think they have held the number 1 spot for a little while now. They've been playing pretty well for a little while now. If you're not taking them seriously now, I think that you need to. Mm-hmm. What is this? The guy on Denver, Nurkic? Jokic. He's been playing fantastic. Will we have a comment?
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Harry's a Wizards fan. Looks like too.
Trade Porter and Beal. Try to rebuild around Wall next year. I totally agree with you on that. I don't know if I want to let Bill go, but you got to keep Wall. For some reason, folks were saying that they were going to trade Bill and Wall. That's just ludicrous talk. You know what I mean? That's the best player on your team. You know, I mean, they're not going to go and pull a Baltimore Orioles and let the best player of the team go. You know what I mean? But yeah, I totally agree with you. And you know what? Let me ask you too. How do you feel about Scotty Brooks as a coach for the Washington Wizards? You know, outsiders. I mean, how do you guys, basketball fans, Wizards fans, how do you feel about Scotty Brooks as a coach? I'm not too thrilled about him right now. You know, I mean, and he's been with the Wizards, what, three seasons now?
Probably.
Yeah, it's been about 3 seasons. And I'm not, you know, I'm not too impressed with, you know, where the team has gone. It might be time for a coaching change there as well.
I've always thought Brooks was one of those guys that could like stay the course, but not necessarily going to lead you into championship territory. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a rebuild team or a team that's just not quite there yet. Not to say like he's a bad coach. He's a good coach. Just not championship caliber.
Hey, Mark Jackson should have had that job. Hey, listen, man, I don't think, you know, I'm pretty sure Mark Jackson would love to have another coaching job. And I wouldn't be a coach. I wouldn't be opposed to that. You know who else I would like to see come back as a coach?
Lou? Sorry.
You're about to make me cuss real bad on this show. But, yo, my dude, dang it, I just had the one who does the commentary with Mark Jackson sometimes. Van Gundy.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind seeing him come back as a coach, yo. I actually rather enjoy both of their commentary. You know, Mark Jackson, to me, has always been a decent coach, and so has Van Gundy.
Yeah.
You know, they got a couple of bad breaks. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I totally wouldn't be. I think that's a great suggestion. And I do agree with you. He wasn't, Scotty Brooks was not good with OKC. He didn't know what to do with the talent that he has. And I think that is a similar situation with what's going on in Washington. Because to me, Washington has all the pieces to be able to lead the Southeast. There's no reason why they shouldn't be up top right now. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you know what I mean? So that, you know, to me, that all comes down to coaching. I know they've been trying to, you know, we've had our, you know, they've had their set of injuries and been trying to, you know, flirt with different starting lineups and whatnot. But to me, I mean, you've got talent there. You know what I mean? Especially with Trevor Ariza now. You know, there's no reason why you shouldn't be leading that division. So hopefully they'll be able to climb out of that hole and get on top. Otherwise, I don't really know why Scotty Brooks is there.
So those comments?
What's that?
Ooh. OKC is her favorite team, so
yeah. Think about it. He couldn't win with 3 MVPs. Yeah, I know. I agree with him. Like I said, I think it's a similar. And I'm gonna say it again. I think it's a similar situation going down in Washington right now. But you guys, we have to take our final commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Time flies when you're having fun, but that's how it is on Just a Bit Outside. Don't go anywhere.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Black by Demand radio show.
Control. They said she wouldn't, so they didn't know if she had a weapon. So it's just a mess. So yeah, you do have to have these discussions with your children.
You do, and you have to make them aware of that there is an enemy out there. Every time the police pull you over, or every time you have an interaction with the police as a black person, you are at risk of being in front of your enemy. Hopefully, it's not a police officer that wants to demonstrate that he's your enemy, but we all see it's a high probability of that being the case. So if we're not talking to our children do not have the coping mechanisms to deal with these type of intense situations. What they're going to do is what most of us do as black people, me and anyone else, which is become emotional. And that is the trigger point for the police. They know that black people are emotional people. So when they arrive on the scene, they are purposely trying to say and do things to you to get your emotions up, right? And then once they get your emotions up, then it's like, oh, that's what we needed. Now we're gonna kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. You know, so I'm saying we need to have these discussions with our children, you know, and make them understand in this day and age.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Last segment, y'all. Final update for the National College Football Championship game. Clemson is still up 14-7 against Alabama, but Alabama is knocking on that touchdown door. They are first and goal at Clemson 9. 7 minutes left in the game. So they're just getting started. Plenty of football for us to watch when we get home tonight.
A bunch of Bamas.
Yeah. Let's do a we'll give you guys a couple of updates on the NBA going on tonight. There are a couple of games going down. We're only going to give the ones that really matter. Celtics 59 over the Nets, 59-48 over the Nets. We were just talking about the Nuggets and the Rockets. That's going to be I wouldn't mind actually watching that game. You know, I got that NBA League pass. I can pull it up when I get home. I'll probably watch some of that as well. The Nuggets are currently leading the Rockets 43-39. The Jazz and the Bucks. Y'all know how much I love Giannis. The Bucks are actually trailing the Jazz right now. That game is 48-45 in the second. Hell, that's a high-scoring game.
The Spurs are up 86-77 on the Pistons. Not too long ago, that was 81-60. So the Pistons are just coming back hard.
Well, you know how the NBA do. That's it. Basketball's a game of streaks. Game of streaks. Lakers taking on the Mavericks. Lakers 9, Mavericks 11. Yeah. So there you have it. You guys, you know, it's 2019. We've got a hellified year planned for you, outsiders, for us. You know, like I said, we're trying to take the show to another level. So we have a lot of fun things coming up. The next big thing, I guess, for us is going to be what? March Madness? Well, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Maybe we can try to come up with a contest for that, score prediction or something like that, and then immediately thereafter, we're going to jump right into college basketball and do that March Madness thing. We had a lot of fun with the brackets last year. We're going to do that again this year. And you know, and then after that, of course, baseball season, baby. You know, and we're going to try to take the show on the road. We're going to see about hitting up spring training. We're going to try to get down to Sarasota for y'all, do some things down there. So, you know, in addition to, you know, keeping up with our local sports, you know, we still got lots of love for our high schools and our colleges. We will be getting back up with a lot of them very soon, partnering up and talking about basketball and whatnot. We're gonna go in again for the big Mercy I&D game. That was a lot of fun last year. We're gonna run that back as well. So we have like I said, we have a hellified year planned for you guys. 2019 is going to be a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely.
You want to add anything to that?
I'm looking forward to it. Maybe Shogun fights again. Ring of Honor is going to be back in March.
Yes. You know, we've established great relationships with all those guys. Shoguns, Ring of Honor. They've always treated us well. So we'll continue that relationship as well. Yeah, so, you know, you guys, we thank you for continuing to, you know, tune in every Monday and for hanging in there and chopping it up and commenting. And, you know, if there's something that you'd like to see or you'd like us to cover more of, please, yo, let us know. You know, hit the page up. You know, we're always on the page chopping it up with you guys, having fun. You know, we love to connect with y'all. So, you know.
And now that we're back for after the holidays, look out for the People's Polls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to keep that. That seemed to be a fan favorite towards the end of 2018, and we're going to keep it going with 2019. And now that the Ravens on, and we can get real savage with it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we'll be looking forward to that. So, you guys, we're going to get ready to get up out of here because we do want to watch that college football game. Happy New Year to you guys. You know how we always end this show. Baltimore, spread love, yo. See you guys next week, just a bit outside. I'm going to hit this first go. Yo, 2019 is the year, baby. It's the year.
I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic